Hi, this is my Refugee Reflection, and I just want to talk about how the media and other factors have influenced my perception of refugees. So one of the bigger things I've noticed about the way that media portrays this refugee crisis, I would say that oftentimes the perspective is from the eyes of the people who originate and live in the country, and not so much from the refugee standpoint. So honestly, reading this book, I was just blown away by what this perspective looks like, and it really made me realize how little I've been exposed to this new perspective. And I think that when the media fails to show us the perspective of the refugee, we fail to understand and really sympathize with them. And I think it would be a much different world we lived in if we completely understood the person or the family, or just honestly why they needed to leave their homeland. On this note of how the media portrays refugees and what perspective or standpoint it comes from, I did come across a short video on YouTube actually about the life of a Syrian refugee. This girl living in an Iraqi refugee camp, and kind of what her life looked like, and it was, I believe, like a US reporter just talking with her and asking her questions. I would say that this was one of the first videos I've came across of kind of the refugee's life, and really understanding their background and what they're doing now, what they hope in the future. And I just don't see that much in media. Even just watching this short 3-4 minute video really opened my perspective of what it looks like to be a refugee, and I was able to sympathize with the girl. So I'm not super big into politics, but I would say I know a fair amount about the wall being built on our border with Mexico. I felt sort of indifferent about it to begin with, just based on what I've seen in the media, and for me that's like what I see on Twitter and even some like news channels on TV. I feel like I kind of was for it, but I didn't know why. So after reading this book, however, I definitely would say that my perspective has changed. One misconception that the media kind of led me to believe is that refugees or people, immigrants, are oftentimes terrorists. I didn't really do the research on it. I didn't find the truth behind it. It was just easier to just hear what the media says and hear what those around me are saying, and believe that. But I do remember my senior year of high school, my government teacher showed us a video showing us true statistical proof of what was the truth behind that, and it turned out to be a big lie. And I was really taken back and re-evaluated how much I believe from the media, and this book, in a sense, did the same thing for me.